Good evening. Bonsoir à tous. Welcome to the 45th special edition of the Montreal Highland Games. My name is Brian McKenzie, and I'm honored to be here on the grounds of the Douglas Hospital Institute here in the borough of Verdun, Quebec, Canada, as we commence with the events this year. Bienvenue à la 45e édition des Jeux écossais de Montréal. Je m'appelle Brian McKenzie. Je suis honoré d'être ici sur les terrains de l'Institut de l'Hôpital Douglas, dans l'arrondissement Verdun, au Québec, Canada. My sincere thanks to the volunteers, competitors, spectators, and the sponsors that have helped build these games over the many years. And a special thank you to Jean-François Parenteau, Borough Mayor and Executive Committee member, for his long-standing support of the Games here in Montreal. Merci aux bénévoles, aux compétiteurs, aux spectateurs et bien sûr, un merci tout spécial à nos commanditaires qui ont participé au succès de cet événement. Merci à M. Jean-François Parenteau, maire de l'arrondissement de Verdun, pour son soutien continu des Jeux écossais de Montréal. I would like to now introduce Scott McKenzie, no relation, incoming president of the Montreal Highland Games, and see you in 2022. On se verra en 2022. Scott?
Thank you, Brian. Welcome, everyone. Bonjour tout le monde to the 45th Montreal Highland Games. It's a little different this year. C'est un petit peu différent cette année because of the pandemic. I'm joined by Kelly Alexander, and she's on radio all the time. But I just wanted to say, before I hand it over to Kelly, I just wanted to say thank you all for tuning in to watch Jason Bain's attempt at the most caber tosses in an hour. This is extremely important for the Douglas Hospital as we raise funds for the Douglas. And this is where we hold our games every year. So without further ado, I'll pass you on to Kelly.
Thank you, Scott. We are very excited, of course, to be here this evening to do such an amazing attempt with Jason Bains trying to break the record for the caber toss. So things are going to roll out like this. Jason is going to start tossing those cabers very shortly. We're also going to have a bunch of frontline workers who are all involved with the Scottish Societies in Montreal to speak to us this evening. Also, there'll be some Highland dancing to watch and videos to bring you closer to Scotland as well. But first, very important to meet the man of the hour himself, Jason Bains. Jason, are we nearby? Yeah, he's ready to do this.
He loves the limelight.
Jason, you look buffed up and ready to go.
You know, these are... Am I live now, Kelly?
You are now live on YouTube. Great. You're a handful already.
Well, thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't know. You're the professional. You tell me how we're doing
Well,
this.
I'm going to ask you a little bit. How long have you actually been caber tossing?
Caber tossing since... did the first one late 2007 and then got more into it 2008, 2009, and now we're working up to this.
Okay, perfect. Now, why are you doing this specific event for us tonight? Like, why are you trying to beat this record?
It started out last year. It's hard for people like me to control my eating. And so I was all pumped for the season last year, best shape of my life, no games. So I looked, what could I do with this incredible physique of mine? And there was this caber record. And I said, I think I can do it. And part of the plan was not to fall off of a roof in January. But once you're committed, Scott McKenzie does not let you off the hook. He's a closer.
He's a closer. Okay, great. And just, can you give us a quick overview of some of the training that you put in to get ready for this? Like, has it been hours every day, 7 days a week, eating lots of chocolate? What do we do?
No, I can't eat chocolate.
Okay.
I eat white chocolate and I eat toffee,
Okay.
but not the 70% cocoa. That's too rich for me. No, it was a lot of physio. So I've got my physio here, Pat Lalonde out of L'Orignal, and my massage therapist, Yuri, this Russian guy. And then it was get back into the weight room and mobility, not eat too much. And the last 2 months have been great. So hopefully today, weather's cooperating and we can get over 122.
Is this the best temperature for you? Because it's better that it's not 28 degrees right now, right?
You know, this is okay, as long as we don't have rain.
Yeah.
But even if we had rain, it would just be another beautiful Scottish day, so we'd make do.
Okay, perfect. All right, and last question. Do you think you're going to do it?
I mean, you have to. After all of the people out here, you know, the people of Verdun get punchy if you don't give them what they want. So
Awesome.
I think so, Kelly.
Okay, perfect. Well, I have full confidence in you. No worries. No worries. No pressure either.
You're the first woman to tell me that in a long time.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I'm going to let you do your thing.
I can go now?
You can go now and
Who
get
do I give this to?
a few, back to Scott maybe.
Okay.
There we are. Good luck. We'll talk to you in a bit. Again, we want to mention, of course, that this is all to benefit the Douglas Hospital Foundation supporting mental health. And you can click on the link on the YouTube channel to offer your support, of course. You can also visit the website, MontrealHighlandGames.com. So we are just moments away for him getting ready to go. And I did want to give you a little bit of a overview, I guess, about caber tossing. So the caber toss is actually a traditional Scottish athletic event in which competitors, of course, toss a large tapered pole called a caber. It's normally practiced at Scottish Highland Games. Now, in Scotland, the caber is usually made from a large tree, and it can be between 16 and 20 feet tall and weigh 90 to 150 pounds. The caber toss is said to have sort of been brought about from the need to toss logs across narrow chasms to form footbridges, lumberjacks needing to transport logs by throwing them in streams, or lumberjacks challenging each other to a contest. Now, although the sport is primarily associated with Scotland, a similar exercise called casting the bar was popular in England as well in the 16th century. And the record for most caber tosses in 3 minutes is currently held by the Canadian Danny Frame, and he is actually with us tonight. So I think we're just about getting ready to go. We'll see if he's actually, I noticed he was perspiring, so I'm not sure if he's already just warmed up or he's nervous. So we'll have to see what happens. But we should be seconds away from Jason starting his first toss. Oh, some final water, I think, is what's happening here. Maybe a few final stretches. Maybe some final words of support. And again, don't forget that if you have the ability, we'd love for you to see to support the Douglas Hospital Foundation. And again, the link is here for you on the YouTube channel. So the link is there. You could also, again, visit the website, MontrealHighlandGames.com. I will say tonight that the weather, to me, as Jason kind of mentioned, is cooperating because it's not too hot, which I think, I mean, I suppose on one level would be good for the muscles if it's warm, but also I think if it's too hot, it's a detriment. But it seems like a good temperature. The wind is not happening, which is also great, and no rain, which would be difficult, I'm sure, to try to hold that log if it was raining. So we're grateful that the rain has held off tonight in beautiful Verdun, right next to downtown Montreal. All right, I think we're about to get going with our first toss here. We're waiting for the horn to sound to let us know that things are underway. Now again, the record is at 122, so for Jason to surpass this, he needs to hit 123. Here we go. All right. Toss number 1. Underway. Wow, I can't even tell you how loud it sounds behind me. That's a loud thump. Grateful that he's got his support team with him to get those cabers up and at him for his second attempt here. And we've done a bit of the math, and he definitely needs to be tossing these cabers at least 2 per minute at the moment. And I think there's a couple of moments where he's going to need to toss more than that to try to stay on time. Wow, that is a loud noise when that thumps to the ground. You definitely do not want that hitting you in the noggin, that's for sure. I think they're starting to get their rhythm. Jason seems to have a plan of action as to how he wants this to roll out. It's incredible how big and long these cabers are, and you just have to balance them so meticulously. There he goes. This is like a pit crew, actually, for an F1 race, just trying to get everything organized and synced up, and helping him to make sure he's doing the best that he can to maximize his time and his efforts. So this is incredible. Again, our caber toss record tonight, he needs to hit 122, but actually get to 123 to actually hold the record for the Guinness World Record. So, all right. So now I think we're actually going to head off, and we have a good luck video for Jason. And then we're also going to have a video for Scotland on how to throw a caber. So I think that's coming up in just a few moments. Here we go again with another attempt. Trying to keep himself on rhythm. It's so incredible to see the teamwork that has to go on here in order to make sure that Jason sticks to time, sticks to his plan. I'm sure to the untrained eye, it just looks like he's tossing things up in the air, but he really does have a method to how he needs to go about doing this. And in preparation actually for me to host the event tonight, I watched a bunch of videos on caber tossing, and it's just incredible, just even how like a centimeter off can throw you and throw the throw off. So it's really incredible that he's has such great technique, and again, that team just there for him, making sure that everything is staying as it should for him. And again, don't forget that our event tonight to benefit the Douglas Hospital Foundation, supporting mental health and research. And you can donate. The link is on the YouTube channel. You can also head over to the website, MontrealHighlandGames.com. My name is Kelly Alexander, radio announcer for Virgin Radio Montreal and CJ 800, and so happy to be here with you tonight as we watch Jason Baines trying to go for the Guinness World Record for caber tosses in an hour. And again, the record sits at 122. He needs to hit that and then get to 123 to actually break the record. All right, so we're going to head over now to a video to give Jason some support as he goes through this incredible hour of attempts. And then we're also going to have a video for Scotland on how to throw a caber, so it'll be really interesting for you to watch.
Hi, my name is Sylvie Arsenault. I'm a nurse. I want to wish good luck to Jason Baines in his attempt to break the world record. Bonjour, je suis Sylvie Arsenault, je suis infirmière. Je voudrais souhaiter bonne chance à Jason Baines pour sa tentative de battre le record mondial. See you in 2022. On se verra en 2022.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Pietrantonio. I've been a Highland dancer here in Montreal since the age of 4, and I'm also an elementary school teacher. Working throughout the pandemic has definitely had its challenges. However, being able to look forward to dance, whether it be virtually or in person, is something that's helped keep me motivated. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in 2022.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of... Are you ready?
Are you ready?
1, 2, 3, hit it!
Kelly Alexander with you on the grounds of the Douglas Hospital in Verdun as Jason Baines is going for the world record with regards to tossing cabers in an hour. He is sitting at 15 tosses right now. The record is 122. and he needs to hit 123 to get that record. We'd love for you to support the event. This is all to benefit the Douglas Hospital Foundation, and the link is on the YouTube channel. And of course, you can also visit the website MontrealHighlandGames.com. So I wanted to let you know that the primary objective, of course, to toss the caber is that it needs to turn end over end, falling away from the tosser. So ideally, it should fall directly away from the tosser in the 12 o'clock position. The distance that it's thrown is actually not important. The tosser balances the caber upright. The tapered end is downwards against his or her shoulder and neck. And then the caber, which is supported, that is then sort of put there by the team that's helping him lift him up. Then the tosser, as you see, Jason has been crouching, then sliding their interlocked hands down the caber and under the rounded base, and then lifts that into their cupped hands up into the air. And the tosser, of course, has to balance the caber upright, and this is definitely not easy with that heavier end at the top. And oftentimes, less experienced tossers may be not able to stop the caber falling from one side or falling to one side after lifting it up. So it definitely is something that is there's a big technique to it. It doesn't maybe look that way, but there's definitely a technique to how you operate, how you're going to grab with this caber. And then, of course, the tosser then walks or runs a few paces forward to gain momentum, and then flips the tapered end upward so that the large end hits the ground first. And if it's done well, the caber falls directly away from the tosser. And if it's successful, the athlete is said to have, quote, turned the caber. And cabers, of course, vary in their length, in their weight, in their taper and balance. And all of that affects the degree of difficulty in making a successful toss. And weight and strength, of course, are essential for success in tossing a caber. But technique, as I mentioned earlier, is also important for balancing the caber when lifting it and flipping up the tapered end to promote a clean toss, to make sure he's doing it well. And Jason is definitely on fire. He's at 21, again, needing to hit 122 to tie the record, and then 123 to actually break the record. And again, I just got to give a shout out to Jason's team, who are just getting those cabers lined up and ready to roll for him so that he is ready to go. I also want to mention that normally the field that you see in front of us is filled with 5,000 people, families, people of all backgrounds here to soak in the Scottish culture. Now, everything from the Celtic Mile of shopkeepers to the family village with the Wee Games, including tiny cabers to toss, which is just so cute. Also, medieval battles, tug of war, and of course the Highland heavy events, not just the caber toss, but the hammer throw, the sheath toss, and a whole bunch more. And it's just such a lovely time normally here for the Montreal Highland Games. But of course, with the situation we've all been through in the last 15 to 18 months, things are not the same, but they will be back, that is for sure, in 2022. And we actually have a performance coming up in just a little bit, which will be a haggis video from the St. Andrew's Unball, which happened in November of 2020. So that'll be very interesting to watch. And again, Jason right now is just continuing to do what he needs to do.
Hi, Highland family. My name is Joar Hinkson. I'm a major serving with the Black Watch Royal Highland Regiment of Canada, as well as an essential service worker working with the Société de Transport de Montréal. While I know this pandemic has been extremely hard on every single one of us, I'm looking forward to seeing every single one of you in 2022 at the Montreal Highland Games.
Hi, I'm Jenna Dennison. I'm a music teacher, and I just wanted to wish Jason Baines good luck in his world record caber toss attempt, and we'll see you at the Highland Games in 2022.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Robert Wilkins. I'm a proud member of St. Andrew's Society of Montreal, and this evening, on the occasion of our first Unball, I have the honor to recite for you the Address to the Haggis by Scotland's immortal bard, the great Robbie Burns, looking over my shoulder. Fair for your honest sonsy face, great chieftain of the Puddin race.
A boon yak ye tak your place, peg trimer therm.
Well are ye worthy of a grace, as lang's my arm.
The groaning trencher, there ye fill, your hurdies like a distant hill. Your pen would help to mend a mill in time of need, while through your pores the dews distill like amber mead.
His knife, see rustic labour dight, and cut you up with great slight. Oh.
His knife, see rustic labour dight, and cut ye up wi' ready slight.
His knife, see rustic labour dight, and cut ye up with ready slight.
Trenching your gushing entrails bright on Only ditch.
And then over a glorious sight. Let's cut it again. Whoa! Reach it! Oh! Rich!
Then horn for horn they stretch and strive, deal tack the hindmost, on they drive, till other wheel-swallowed kites belive are bent like drums. Then old Guildman mass like to rave, be thanked hums.
Is there that o'er his French ragout, or olio that would staw a stew, or fricassee or mac and spew with perfect scum, look down with sneering, scornful view on sick a dinner?
Fair deal, see him our his trash, as feckless as a withered drash, his spindle shack a gitwit flash, his neve in it, through bloody flooder fuel to dash, oh how unfit.
But mark the rustic haggis fed, the trembling earth resounds his tread. Clap in his wally neve a blade, he'll make it whistle, and legs and arms and heads will sned like taps of tristle.
Ye powers, wha mak mankind your care, and dish them out their bill of fare. All Scotland wants nae skinking ware, that jops and luggies. But if ye wish her grateful prayer, gie her a haggis.
Oh, hello there! Oh, I've got a wee poem for you, for this special occasion. Give me a minute here. Aye, listen to this one. Our haggis ran on 4 wee stumpies, with the right 2 shorter than the other, and scampered clockwise round the Royal Mountain, through parking lots void o' heather. Tween bollards and joggers, dodging bikers and hikers and a' the spandex lovers, evading even our Royal Highlanders. But when it finally broke frae cover, oh, didn't one fierce, persistent kiltie catch and stuff the poor wee beastie. New Gusty Grumpy, he's guest of honour at our St Andrew's feastie. Oh, there you are, there's one for you. Happy St Andrew's Day. Aye. I'll see you next year, when the COVID has receded.
Kelly Alexander with you tonight here in beautiful Verdun as Jason Baines is going for the Guinness World Record for caber tosses in an hour. He's currently sitting at 36. He's got to hit 122, but then hit 123 to actually break that record. I'm joined now by Sterling Downey, Deputy Mayor of Montreal and council member, of course, and city councilor. So first of all, we have to talk about your fantastic getup. It's amazing. Is this like a family, like... Is this your kilt? Like, is this your jam?
No, this is actually the Montreal 1642 tartan. This is
amazing.
the St. Andrews Society, a number of years ago, presented the city of Montreal with a gift, which was this tartan that they created for Montreal. And it now, we have a plaque and the information on the tartan that hangs at City Hall, which will, when it's reopened after the renovations, people can come in and see. And it's our tartan for our city, and it's a beautiful gift. So people who are in service, if they want, can wear the tartan and promote our Scottish heritage for the city. So,
that's awesome, Sterling. Great. So I have to start off, I guess, by asking you, how long have you actually been involved with the Montreal Highland Games?
Well, I'm born and raised around the corner from where the games are happening right now today, or where Jason's doing this today. So I've grown up with the games always, and when I was a little older, the games stopped happening, like I was telling you earlier. And what ended up happening was I got elected in 2013, and haphazard I started going to the Scottish Centre, which is around the corner from my house, talking to the individuals there, and they told me that the games were now in the West Island, and they had missed a year because of the passing of Kirk Johnstone, who was one of the organizers. And I said, well, wait a second, hold on, what do you mean West Island? I mean, what do we have to do? How do we get them back here? So
spoke with the St. Andrews Society, with the Scottish Centre and everything, and we managed to finagle it and get it back at the Douglas Hospital, and it's been here ever since. So
that's awesome.
My little tiny Scottish victory.
And what does that mean to you, Sterling, to know that you were able to get it back here for the community that's around Verdun?
Honestly, it's important because Verdun has a very big Scottish community. We had, like I said, the Scottish Centre that's been here for forever. We have a big Irish community too, obviously, big English community, French community, and I mean, Scottish culture has impacted all of us globally since the beginning of time, and especially here in Verdun, because of all the people that have lived here, my grandparents and everything. So it's important to have this here. I think people really appreciate it, and it's also a great way to introduce other people who may not be familiar with Scottish culture or Scottish heritage to come out in a very nice environment out by the water and see these games and learn a little bit about the culture, learn a little bit about their own heritage, right?
Have you actually learned that or picked that up over the last couple of years since the games have been back? Because we are a melting pot in the city, so many different cultures, as you mentioned before. Have you really noticed that people are wanting to learn and wanting to pick up knowledge of different cultures, and including obviously this one?
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, it's interesting because people, there's a lot of controversial discussions about lots of different things culturally that we talk about, obviously, but people want to know history, and people seem to be attracted to it. Listen, I mean, if you hear a bagpipe playing, I think you would be hard-pressed to find a person, regardless of their opinions or their perceptions or their politics, that are not intrigued and completely enamored by the sound of the bagpipes. And I mean, it just freezes you in your tracks and sends shivers up your spine. So, I mean, there's a romantic, I guess, aspect to it too, right? Mm-hmm. So I think, even myself, when I wear a kilt formally, when I go to an event or something, and I walk through like Verdun or Wellington Street, obviously everyone stops to ask and everyone stops to talk because it's not something that you always see. So there's something about the culture that piques people's curiosity, and I think it's really important to feed that curiosity and share as much as possible to educate people about the culture.
Perfect. Now, as Jason is behind us, he is at 46 right now tosses, trying to get through this hour and get it done. I have to ask you, would you ever caber toss like he does on a professional kind of level here?
Listen, I started training a month and a half ago, 2 times a day, just to get back in shape for the upcoming elections, because I've seen some of my counterparts there running that have been training and boxing and things like that. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to start getting in shape myself, maybe challenge somebody to a boxing match. So, and I'm getting in pretty good shape. My cardio is pretty good.
Yeah.
I would not
He's insane.
attempt to do this. He's a beast.
Yeah.
And I listen, I mean, I would, if I could convince him to run on our team in politics, I'd love to have him on the front line with us for November 7th, because
awesome.
I think he could do a lot of door-to-door. He could definitely climb a lot of stairs.
He's got the personality for it, that's for sure.
He definitely does. Well, he's nuts, as they say, right?
Sterling, thank you so much for this, and thank you for showing up all tricked out and ready to go and support Verdun and the community, and of course, Jason.
Well, thanks for having me, and like I said, let's celebrate our Scottish culture in the games, and hopefully next year
we'll be all back here on this field.
Thousands of people here on this field safely and to enjoy the culture.
Excellent. Thank you, Sterling. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, you too.
Perfect. So as we see here, Jason is doing his best to get to that record. He is at 49 tosses right now. He needs to hit the 122 and then make it over to 123 to actually have the record. And now we're looking forward to introducing to you Cameron Stevens, who is the Montreal Highland Games piping director. Cameron, you look amazing too.
Thanks very much.
My kilt is in the shop.
Is it?
So there you go. So you have some important news for us.
I do. So on the 25th of July, we had the Category 2 and Category 1 piping competition, which we held online. We were very fortunate again this year to have Bob Worrell judging from Ontario. We had a couple of players from Ontario, Quebec, and one from the States competing. Basically, Category 2 was, the requirement was any march, or any 2/4 march to be played, 4 parts. And Category 1 was a march, strathspey, and reel, which is a traditional competition set of tunes. And this year's winner, Category 2, is Jenna Dennison from Montreal. Congratulations, Jenna. And Category 1, Sean Burgess from Dunvegan, Ontario. Sean played, I've got the list of tunes here, his march was Morag Ramsey, strathspey is Lady Mackenzie of Garlock, and the reel is Dr. McPhail's reel. So take it away. We have Sean Burgess's video. Please, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy.
Bonjour, mon nom est Sylvain Fizet. Hi, my name is Sylvain Fizet. Je suis membre du 78 Fraser Highlanders de Québec et pompier. I'm a member of the Quebec City 78 Fraser Highlanders and a firefighter. J'aimerais souhaiter bonne chance à Jason Baines pour sa tentative de battre le record du monde. I would like to wish good luck to Jason Baines for his attempt to break the world record. On se verra en 2022. See you in 2022.
Hi, it's Kelly Alexander with you on the grounds of the Douglas Hospital as Jason Baines is going for the Guinness World Record in caber tosses in an hour. And right now he is sitting at 64. He has to hit the 122 to match the record and then hit 123 to grab that Guinness World Record. And he's doing such an amazing job. And we're so happy to see him doing that. And of course, the whole event tonight is to benefit the Douglas Hospital Foundation. And we'd love for you to support this endeavor tonight. The link for you to offer your support is on the YouTube channel. And you can also hit up the website, MontrealHighlandGames.com. I'm joined now by Debbie Johnstone, Highland Dancing Director. Hi, Debbie. How are you?
Hi, good. Well, as you know, we weren't able to hold our competitions this summer, so the Montreal Highland dancers got together and they put a selection of dances for this virtual Montreal Highland Games presentation. So they're going to be doing steps from the fling, sword, chanteuse, laddie, and village maid. We hope you enjoyed the performance, and we look forward to seeing everybody next year, July 31st, 2022.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Debbie. So now Jason is sitting at 66. I believe that might be 67. There we go, 67. And so he's definitely working towards that goal of achieving the Guinness World Record of 123 tosses of the caber, which is just amazing. He's doing so great. And his team behind him, I have to tell you, a well-oiled pit crew, keeping him to time, in good shape mentally and physically. And he's just doing the best job possible. So we're super proud of him. And we do have the dancing video that we want to play for you. So this is the music actually by Mariner's Curse. So please enjoy.
Hi, I'm Drum Major Bob Labreche, and I'm also one of tens of thousands of security guards in the province of Quebec. I'd like to thank you all for your support during this pandemic. I'd also like to take this opportunity to wish Jason Baines good luck in his world record-breaking attempt in caber toss. We will see you next year at the Montreal Highlands Games 2022.
Bonjour, je suis Lucette Robert et je suis infirmière. J'aimerais souhaiter la meilleure des chances à Jason Baines au World Record Caber Toss. Hi, I'm Lucette Robert. I'm a nurse and I would like to wish the best of luck to Jason Baines at the World Record Caber Toss. On se verra en 2022. See you in 2022.
Duds in order, cause we're bound to cross the water. Heave away, be jolly, heave away. Come get your duds in order, cause we're bound to cross the water. Heave away, be jolly boys, we're all bound away. Sometimes we're bound for Liverpool, sometimes we're bound for Spain. Heave away, be jolly, heave away. But now we're bound for Old St. John's, where all the girls are dancing. Heave away, be jolly boys, we're all bound away. Hey! I was on the Jenny Lane. Heave away, be jolly, heave away. I wrote my love a letter and I signed it with a ring. Heave away, be jolly boys, we're all bound away. Sometimes we're bound for Liverpool, sometimes we're bound for Spain. Heave away, be jolly, heave away. Now we're bound for Old St. John's, where all the girls are dancing. Heave away, be jolly boys, we're all bound away. Darling, for now I'm gonna leave you. Heave away, be jolly, heave away. You promised that you'd marry me, but now you would deceive me. Heave away, be jolly boys, we're all bound away. Sometimes we're bound for Liverpool, sometimes we're bound for Spain. Heave away, be jolly, heave away. But now we're bound for Old St. John's, where all the girls are dancing. Heave away, be jolly boys, we're all bound away. for Liverpool, sometimes we're bound for Spain. Heave away, me jollies, heave away. But now we're bound for old St. John's, where all the girls are dancing. Heave away, me jolly boys are all bound away. Sometimes we're bound for Liverpool, sometimes we're bound for Spain. Heave away, me jollies, heave away. But now we're bound for old St. John's, where all the girls are dancing. Heave away, me jolly boys are all bound away. Heave away, me jolly boys are all bound away. Heave away, me jolly boys are all bound away.
We are on the grounds of the Douglas Hospital as Jason Baines is going for the world record of caber tosses in an hour. He is at 78 right now. He needs to hit 122 to tie the record and 123 to break the record. And he and his team are doing a fantastic job. And we're so excited to see him do this. We know we can do this. And we're joined right now by Guthrie Stewart, president of the St. Andrew Society of Montreal. Guthrie, how are you?
I'm great, Kelly. How are you?
I am fantastic. I'm getting a lot of knowledge, I can tell you tonight, about caber tossing. That is for sure. And so, first of all, I wanted to ask you, what is the Society's mission? What do you want people to know about it?
Yeah, no, great question. So the Society it's a charitable society founded in 1835, obviously to, as you could guess, to support and promote Scottish community and culture. And as you can imagine, of course, for many, many years, it was really, our membership was comprised of Scottish immigrants. You know, as we know, Scottish immigrants played a huge role in building our fine city and building our fine country. But I'd say more recently, of course, while we still have members who have a nice brogue accent, as you may have noticed, I probably represent a larger percentage of Canadians of Scottish heritage. 1 in 6, in fact, Canadians now claim Scottish heritage who don't have an accent but have Scottish heritage. And so I'd say our mandate today is really to embrace Quebecers from a wide background who have an interest and appreciation for Scottish culture and values.
Have you noticed, Guthrie, other cultures like wanting to join the St. Andrew Society and learn more about Scottish culture?
Well, certainly we have a great outreach program. So we reach to other societies like our own in Montreal. So there are other societies. And increasingly in other cities as well. So we have close connection with, and in fact, our last ball, which of course was a virtual ball, permitted us to reach out to an even larger group of people who could participate virtually. We had people from Mexico, and Europe, etc. Yeah.
What are some of the other Scottish events that would be happening in Montreal? I know obviously the last 18 months have been a bit weird, but I'm sure next year in 2022.
Sure. Well, our activities, and I'd encourage people who are interested to check out our website. Google Montreal St. Andrews Society or standrews.qc.ca, I believe, for our range of activities. Our activities are very important, of course, to not only promote our community and our culture, but also to raise funds. So as you mentioned earlier, here we're, of course, not only attempting this amazing feat, Jason's amazing feat, but also raising funds for the Douglas Hospital. So we have a range of activities that try to support, very importantly, education. So we have bursaries. We have over 50 students with bursaries currently. We support a chair at the McGill for Scottish Studies. So education, community assistance is a big area for us, and of course cultural institutions as well, a range of activities. And then you were asking about some of the other activities. Well, of course, apart from the Highland Games, probably our flagship activity is our annual ball, which, as I just mentioned, last year, while it was quite successful, it was a virtual ball, and we're very much looking forward to getting that back online. It's a fantastic, spectacular experience with all the pageantry of the Black Watch. The pipes and drums of the Black Watch, so it's really a spectacular and fun ball.
And what month does that normally happen?
So that's the end of November. Around St. Andrew's Day. Then, of course, we have a Burns Supper that celebrates our Scottish poet laureate, our global poet Robert Burns. An important activity. We have a whiskey fete. I probably don't need to explain what that's about. And also mention kilt skate, which has become a national activity. There's now a competitive spirit between cities. as to who can pull out the greatest number of skaters in kilts and tartan.
That's awesome. Now, before I let you go, I have to ask you, you look like a fit fella. So would you be doing any caber tosses like Jason is doing?
Well, you're very perceptive, Kelly, to notice the similarity between Jason's physique and my own. But actually, I really, I'm the newly elected president. To answer this question, I'd really have to draw the past president, Marilyn Meikle, in. I don't know if we can, because as listeners may or may not know, there actually is a women's division of caber tossing, and Marilyn actually has done this. So Marilyn, you tell us what it's like.
Tossing a caber?
Yeah, how does that work out?
It's absolutely fascinating and fun and exhilarating. And I did it at the Highland Heavy Events, which we encourage everyone to come to the athletic training clinic, which is held before the Highland Games.
Perfect.
And I got to toss a caber, and it landed perfectly at 12 o'clock.
Good for you.
And you throw the hammer events, and it's amazing. So I'm the first female president of the Montreal St. Andrews Society to toss a caber.
That's awesome. Did you get a special sash for that?
I
Because
got
you
nothing, nothing, Kelly, other than a pain in the back the next day. It was great.
Well, you get applause now. You're getting applause.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Guthrie. Thank you so much. And we're now going to head off to have another video played from a frontline worker. And then following that, we're going to have a video that is going to show you just how amazing it is to see and visit Scotland. So that's coming up. I do want to tell you that he's sitting right now, Jason, at 95 tosses, has to hit 122 to tie the record and 123 to break it. So let's have a look now at a video from a frontline worker.
Hi, my name's Megan Hughes. I'm a teacher in Montreal, and I'm also a dance mom. My daughter dances as part of the Montreal Highland Dancing Association. One of the best things about it is the sense of family that we have in the MHDA. I'm looking very much forward to next year's Highland Games, les Jeux écossais à Montréal en 2022. À l'année prochaine, see you in 2022.
Bonjour, mon nom est Martin Blot, pompier pour le service de sécurité incendie de la Ville de Montréal. J'aimerais souhaiter bonne chance à Jason Bain dans sa tentative de battre le record du monde et j'espère vous revoir en grand nombre en 2022 sur le site des Jeux écossais de Montréal. On se voit en 2022.
We are back on the grounds of the Douglas Hospital. I do want to mention again that this event tonight is to benefit the Douglas Hospital Foundation. So we'd love for you, if you are able, to support the event. The link is on the YouTube channel. So find it, please, and donate if you can. And also, you can hit up the website, MontrealHighlandGames.com. My name is Kelly Alexander, and and actually, you know what? We're going to head back now to the Scotland video so you can see just how amazing it is to visit and see Scotland. Jason has just crossed the 100 tosses, so he is moments away from doing this. So again, keep your fingers crossed. He's got this. Again, MontrealHighlandGames.com is the website. And as you're on the YouTube channel right now, if you can donate to help mental health initiatives for the Douglas Hospital Foundation, we would very much appreciate that. He's now at 101. Here we go to the video.
Shoch lame, hit you.
We are back on the grounds of the Douglas Hospital, and Jason Baines making a valiant effort as he goes for the Guinness World Record for caber tosses in an hour. He is at 109. He needs to tie it with 122 and break the record with 123. Joined again by Scott McKenzie, president of the Montreal Highland Games. So, Scott, we just found while we had a video playing that the caber he is tossing is hovering right around that 90-pound mark and 16 feet. A little bit over 16 feet. It's crazy. And the thumping, like I've never been near this before, but to hear the thumping behind me, it's crazy business.
Usually during the games, it happens over in the other corner, and there are, I think, 10 to 15 contestants, and there's a lot of grunting and groaning. Jason doesn't make noise when he flips a caber.
So he's not a tennis player.
I make noise when I sit down, but he doesn't make any noise. If you've noticed, there's no and nothing. Yeah. Absolutely nothing.
No, he's super focused, and his team, like I call them the pit crew. They're doing like an amazing job keeping him on time and focus. So yeah, he's at 112. I did want to ask you, everything will hopefully be back to normal next year. So when are the games next year, 2022?
July 31st, 2022, which is the same Sunday as today, and we'll be back again, all things being equal, and back to the way they were supposed to be a couple of years back. We'll be back here on the grounds of the Douglas.
And for people who are watching right now that might not have come to this specific Highland Games here in Montreal, what do you want them to know about what Montreal brings to the party?
I would say that the Games is very much a family event. We had close to 6,000 people show up in 2019, and half of them were families, young families with children. We had over 60 concessions, so that's people selling T-shirts and selling Scottish wares and whatnot. Food, a Cayley tent. They also call it the beer tent, but it's the Cayley tent with Mariner's Curse, who's played, and music. There's also the VIP lounge, or the patrons tent, which seats 150 people, and that's right ringside. So you get to see Jason and all the different events that make up the Highland Games. There's dancing. There's piping competition. We have,
do you play the pipes?
Medieval. I'll get onto that in a second. We have a medieval guys with, like, they bash themselves with these big swords and everything. Do I play the pipes?
Have you? Can you do it?
So, no.
Okay.
So I have 2 practice chanters, and when I started practicing, my sons, who are helping Jason right now, relegated me to the garage.
Your garage or
my garage.
Down the street?
Yeah, my garage. And so unfortunately, it's there, and I haven't really taken it up since.
Okay, perfect. Well, we can't be all champions of the pipes, that's for sure.
It's on the agenda.
Now, I know you said we have some live questions coming in. Did you want to answer
We have a live question, actually. We just answered, I think. We have a live question from Australia.
Okay.
John is asking us, how heavy is the caber?
Yeah.
And we just got, I think it was 40.2 kilos?
Something like that, so around 90 pounds.
40.2 kilos is the exact, and 16.5 feet, or 16.6.
Yeah.
So it's not an easy feat what he's doing right now, and he's 4 tosses away from breaking the record. So what I'd like to do, if it's okay with you, is invite everybody that's been up on the stage to come over now.
That would be great.
Right?
Let's bring them all up on stage here.
And we'll cheer him on, and the minute he breaks through, we'll start making noise. And then he'll have about another, I think, 10 minutes, 12 minutes to try and really crush it, so the next person can't do it. So why don't we bring up Marilyn and Guthrie, and I'll move down here. I'm tall.
He still looks like he could toss this for another hour. Like Jason is on fire.
I know.
I think it's all the white chocolate he said he was eating. That might be it.
I don't want to block the view of him flipping.
So we're at 120 right now. We're at 120. 2 more to tie.
2 more, 3 more. So
and
2
then
more
1 more
now
to break
the record.
There we go. Jason Baines going for the Guinness World Record of tossing a caber in an hour. It's been incredible to watch and to hear. I cannot tell you the amount of thumping that's going on with these logs falling to the ground. It's crazy. And again, don't forget that the event tonight is to help the Douglas Hospital Foundation. You can support us on the link on the YouTube channel. Here we go. He has tied it.
There's
Jason Baines has tied it.
Let's go.
Let's get ready.
Yes. Let's go.
Here we go for the record. He's done it. Way to go, Jason. Amazing. Amazing. On fire, Jason. Fantastic. 123 caber tosses an hour. He's still going. He really wants to crush this record, so incredible.
Marilyn, how many tosses did you do when you were at the clinic?
Oh, I did 3. 3? Is that a record?
I did 2, and I couldn't the year before, and I couldn't spike it.
Spiking it is really... No. Real ones. Real ones.
Yeah, real ones. Did Jason bring his chainsaw and cut yours down?
No, mine was full size. For a lady.
I bow.
Can you tell us what the size is for the women's division?
The one that I did wasn't for the women's division.
Okay.
It was about 12 feet long.
Okay.
It was probably 50 pounds.
50 pounds, okay.
But it's when you're bending down to pick it up and get it in your hands like that and walk with it and flip it. It's pretty crazy.
It was for the 9-year-olds.
Okay, he's lucky. He's lucky I'm a past president. That's all I want to say. And I'm very polite.
We appreciate that. Thank you. Keeping it real and keeping it polite here.
Now, Guthrie, you have to toss this year. You have to come to the clinic, and you have to do this.
My sport is the other Scottish official sport, golf.
I thought it was whiskey.
That's what I thought he was going to say. I thought it was going to be bending of the elbow.
127. He's going to bash this thing.
He is. He's doing so well. It's crazy.
He's going to break after 2. He's
And
going
he
to take a minute break.
He still has a couple of minutes.
We're going to find out exactly how much time he has left.
Yeah, we're going to find that out right now at 128. He has definitely crushed the record. Still going strong. Jason Baines, again, breaking the Guinness World Record for caber tosses in an hour right here in Montreal. He's about to hit 130 tosses right now, sitting at 129. Jason has 10 minutes left, so as long as he wants to keep going and padding his record. He's really in the zone right now, Scott.
So as soon as he breaks, oh, he just broke. I think, no, it broke. He didn't break. He just broke. But he did mention to me that if he can break the record, he was going to do cartwheels. Was it breaking the records? No, it was getting 1,000 views, I think, right?
Okay.
But he could keep doing this easily for another hour.
Yeah, he's in the zone.
I know.
He's in the zone.
Unfortunately, we don't have enough videos or people to do interviews with to keep going.
I don't know have enough anecdotes to keep going for the next hour either, but it's just incredible to watch him. And again, that team around him. Like, do you know if some of them were training with him so they have this down? Because it's really like a well-oiled machine that's going on.
So Dirk, who's calling every flip, is one of Jason's good buddies, and he holds a couple of records. He's heavily into the Highland Games in New Brunswick.
Okay.
And then Ron from Cornwall, there's a couple of his buddies, yes, that have been in the games. They compete in Maxville. They've competed. One guy I spoke to today competes for 30 years. He's been competing for the last 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's got a big entourage. I mean, my boys just came in to help lift the cabers, right?
Did you happen to, like, I don't know if he talked about this off the top. I think he might have mentioned that he must have like an osteopath or somebody like that's been helping him.
He has. Well, he was just, you guys can't smell it, but we can smell A535 or whatever it is, or Bengay or whatever. Tiger Balm. I don't know what it's called now. Anyway. Is there a scented candle on somewhere? So he just got rubbed down on his back by his physiotherapist.
Okay,
so he
great.
brought a physiotherapist with him too.
That's
and then we
smart.
have also an ENT person here.
Okay.
EMT. No, not ear, nose, throat. Emergency person.
I'm wondering too what he'll have to let us know maybe after when we bring him over here what he needs to do to kind of warm down from this. You know what I mean? Because like his muscles are going to be.
He said the Burgundy Lion Pub.
So he'll be fine. That's great. Then that's enough of the warm down.
Join us at the Burgundy Lion Pub around 8.
That is perfect. So Jason Baines sitting, he is now surpassed, or he's tied the record past 10. So he's at 132. He's broken the record, and he's just on fire again, making sure he pads this record of his for the Guinness World Record of caber tosses in an hour. And again, the event tonight being held on the grounds of the Douglas Hospital here in Montreal. And if you can, we'd love for you to support the event, which is benefiting mental health for the Douglas Hospital Foundation. The link is on the YouTube channel, and of course you can hit up the website MontrealHighlandGames.com. His team is just really behind him, and they're really trying to pad this record at 135, going for 136 right now.
Now,
is his hands going to be shredded? Or like, are they going to be shredded?
he's taped up.
Okay.
And he uses chalk. But did he mention in his interview, and I don't remember, he fell off a roof in February or March.
Oh, he didn't. Oh, he mentioned that he didn't want to fall off a roof. I didn't know he actually had already done that.
Roof.
Okay.
And he was like out for a couple of months.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if he broke anything, but he definitely strained a lot. And
Was he cleaning some snow off, or what was he doing?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Not to go on the roof. His daughter said, "Daddy, don't go on the roof. Don't be stupid." And he's like, "No, I know. It's fine. I know what I'm doing."
Yeah.
And he climbed on the roof and he fell off.
Oh.
And he tore all the muscles down his side and he broke 2 bones in the bottom of his heels.
Okay.
And then he had to go through a lot of physio to heal.
This is
So,
crazy.
Yeah.
That he's here
That
now.
He is here. That he managed to do it. So.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'd like to see a large divot, much bigger than what you would get with a caber. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Scott, do you want to mention that the fundraising is going fairly well tonight, but we'd like to raise a little bit more?
Go right on ahead.
Right ahead. So right now we're just at about $3,000 for the fundraising that's happening.
Amazing.
Amazing. We would like to be able to hit a minimum of 5.
Okay.
So right now in the last little bit that we have going on, there's a bit of a challenge for the people that are watching, for the people that are at home, if we can hit $5,000. So the record is being set there.
Yeah.
And we have a little bit of time, so we're challenging everybody if they could throw a little bit more in.
Perfect.
Our members that are watching, people that are around, if they could ante up like Jason is doing, it's all for a really good cause. And the Douglas Foundation is fabulous.
Amazing.
And while we may be Scottish, and we know it was founded by Scots, it is an organization that helps all Montrealers.
Yes.
So this is going to be playing on YouTube afterwards, and it's going to repeat afterwards. So these people that are watching it, not necessarily live, can always donate afterwards.
Of course.
Which is a really good thing.
And they can also visit the website, correct? I think.
Visit the website, look at the YouTube link, go on our website for the MontrealHighlandGames.com. There's a beautiful gold button that they can click on to make a contribution.
Perfect.
And help us out. So,
what else would you want somebody to know about the website?
The Montreal Highland Games website. Right now, it is very locked down to show just these games because we're not wanting people to come to the site. And they were very good. Thank you very much, people, for not coming
For
down
listening
today.
to instructions?
Listening to instructions.
We appreciate
but
that.
But in a week or two, we're going to start opening it up again. So they're going to see what the games are really like. So that they will know that today there would be mass bands next year, this time on July 31st. They would see the Celtic Village. They would see the tents that you heard Scott talking about. They would know that it was a family event.
Yeah.
And they would see really the joie de vivre that the Montreal Highland Games are.
I'm assuming a lot of people come in from like Cornwall and Ottawa and Toronto for our games?
They do, because we call it the M&M Games. So they come down from Maxville, they come to Montreal, they come from Vermont, they come from New York State, they come from all around, which of course will be allowed to cross the border again because COVID will be, a thing of the past.
Perfect.
We get bands when we do the mass bands. We get mass bands coming up from North Carolina, from Georgia, from different places. It's quite spectacular. Right?
That's amazing.
So,
I don't think a lot of people maybe realize that, especially if they're not involved on a day-to-day basis, to know just how the reach goes and people coming from so far.
It's a great day. It really is. And when the sun shines and it's a beautiful day to walk around in the Celtic Mile, and I mean it really is a magical day. We have tons of fun doing it. It's 4 or 5 days of excruciating setup for one day of joy, but it's all worth it, right? And it's to help raise money for the Douglas Hospital. So
the grounds to be here, I think Sterling talked about this before. It was here for years before and then went away to the West Island and came back. So this is just like home base then, for sure.
It's home base now, for sure. It used to be Kirk Johnstone. So Debbie Johnstone's husband and Chris here with the long blonde hair, his dad, used to organize it for the better part. We're in the 45th year, over 30 years, I think, right? Kirk was behind it. And when unfortunately, when Kirk passed away, Brian McKenzie came in, and it's about 13 years ago, came in. And they've just done a stellar job and continuing on what Kirk kind of started, right?
Amazing.
And we've grown it, and we've tried to add things, and so now we're back here, and it's a great family event. And
if people want to get involved, Scott, for next year, like to help out or volunteer, where do you want people to sign up, and how do they do that?
They can call me. They can call anybody. They can go on the website and send us an email. And for sure, we always need more help. And our group of setup, and we must be about 60 to 70 people helping set up. And then on the day, I know we're about 130 volunteers to 140 volunteers.
Okay.
And that's really what makes it tick, right?
We are at 5 seconds, I think, right, for the time to count down. So he's at 151, so maybe he'll get one more in. We'll see here. There we go, I think. 152 right now.
The horn hasn't gone yet.
Still a few more seconds, I guess. Can you believe he's at 152? He's 30 over the... It's amazing. I can't believe this. And he really looks like he could do this all night. You know who I'd like to see him go up against? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I would say serious money to watch that go
would
down.
Would Dwayne put a kilt on, though?
I think he would. Well, maybe, I'm not sure he'd look as good as Jason, but
no.
He'd probably give it a go.
He doesn't have the body Jason has. I can't believe I'm saying this. Well, he knows he's a good marketer, right?
154. He's still going strong. Again, if you have the ability to support and donate to the Douglas Hospital Foundation, we'd love for you to do so. On the YouTube channel, there is a link. You can hit up the website as well, MontrealHighlandGames.com. And if you do end up watching this on the replay, you can still donate. So please make sure to do so.
1 minute left.
1 minute left.
And he just started grunting because he's going like crazy to try and put as many flips in between 122. He's at 157. I think he can definitely make 162.
I think so. With the rate he's going, especially
Let's go, Jason!
The adrenaline, I'm sure, is kicked in beyond. $158. We'll see if he...
30 seconds left. 30 seconds left
to go.
And he has not missed a turn in the last hour.
Let's see if we can hit this 160. I think he's got this.
15 seconds left.
15. Let's see if we can get this one in here. 161. Let's go for it. Jason Baines. He's done it.
One more. 1, 3, go. All right, Jason.
Jason, way to go. Incredible. Jason Baines has a Guinness World Record for caber tosses in an hour right here on the grounds of the Douglas Hospital in Montreal, Canada. Way to go, Jason. Way to go. And a big congratulations to his team as they got him through this. This is amazing. What an incredible feat. So we're going to get Jason over here in just a sec. And yeah, 161. So he had to hit 123 to break the record. He did so with flying colors and has just destroyed this record, now sitting at 161. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Oh, I think he's making his way. There we go! Woo!
Should have worn white.
So I'll start with an easy question. How are you feeling there, Jason?
I just feel a little bit warmed up right now.
Okay.
Ready for some cartwheels at the Burgundy Lion Pub. Got some thirsty boys.
I had best say you keep going for a while. Do you think you could have done an extra? How long do you think you could have kept going, maybe? Because you're in like the zone. You're in the zone.
Yeah, I think another 10.
Another 10 minutes?
I think so.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, only because I'm so scared of our judge, Dirk Bishop from New Brunswick. He's a lumberjack of a man. So, yeah, it was awesome.
Perfect. And you were just like in the zone, focused. What does your team mean to you? Because they were with you the whole time.
Honestly, it's incredible to have all that support from the community. I had people come in from New Brunswick, all my employees helping me.
Yeah.
And my daughter hanging out with daddy, watching me throw, telling me, she always tells me I have a cat caber and I better get her done. So, Clara, I hope you're happy.
Perfect. Now, you could see on the screen, so the record is 122, you crushed it at 123, and now you've destroyed it at 161. Did you have any idea, I have to ask you, Jason, going into this, did you know around what you hoped to get?
I thought on the trial runs, we were going to go 130 to 140.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really great, maybe 150, but the field was perfect. Everyone walked up the cabers. I had a great pacer, Scott Diamond there, and then just everybody getting behind me. And from the top down, Brian McKenzie and Scott McKenzie, who went along with this crazy idea.
What does it feel like to know that you are a Guinness World Record holder right here in Montreal?
I honestly, I got no idea. It's just, you feel confident, but I was up at 4:30 this morning, butterflies, and you just hope everything goes right. And I felt like once we hit 25 minutes and I wasn't cramping up, it was going to be there. The question was how much. So I would have liked to get to 170, but maybe next year.
Do you think you're going to do this again? Are you going to do this again? Will you try to pad your record even more?
I think what we got to do is there's a 3-minute record held by my good friend Danny Frame. Danny. Coming for you, brother.
He's coming for you. Okay, great. Scott, would you like to come up and any final words with Jason?
That was incredibly awesome, Jason. I don't know what else to say. I couldn't have done it better myself.
You couldn't have done it yourself.
I'll let you finish that. But it's absolutely amazing. So thank you very much, Jason. Thank you. The Douglas Hospital thanks you. Kelly Alexander from the Kelly Alexander Show. We were just saying before we went on air, she's on the radio all the time, on every channel. I turn on, I hear her. But thank you all.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it. Thank you for staying with us. And yeah, we look forward to your next record, the 3-minute record. I think we'll do this again.
Yes, I think so.
Tomorrow?
I don't have anything. It's a holiday in Ontario.
Merci à tout le monde. Merci.
Good night. Thank you.
Scotland, a country to take your breath away. To feel the sand in your toes on our miles of sandy beaches. To follow in the footsteps of our great ancestors. And get lost in the stories of our past. It needs you to enjoy the welcome we're famous for in ways that make us all feel more reassured. To get that much needed change of scenery. To dine in or out. To taste our world famous produce as fresh as it comes. Or as fresh as you can find it. It needs you to get swept up and explore. To make the water your playground and the landscape your dance floor. To sing along, however badly. To get up early and catch the sunrise and cozy up under the sunset. To connect to something other than Wi-Fi. And to reconnect with the people you love. And while we can't promise you the big shows we're famous for yet, when we do, there'll be fireworks. All we need you to do is enjoy all that we have to offer.
Only in Scotland can travelling so little make such a big difference.
Scotland, a country.